to the Monkey Mentor podcast, where we talk shop about everything that you need to know about the oil and gas industry, specifically refineries, chemical plants, and stuff like that. I'm Jaime.
I'm Flo. How's it going?
And we're here to talk about the shop. So let me just start by introducing ourselves. Like I said, my name is Jaime. I have 25 years of experience in this industry, and I've done everything from being a helper all the way up to project management. As of right now, I'm in project controls. I've been doing that for like the last 11 years. It's been going great. My brother Flo has a similar path as well.
Yeah,
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I started back in '98, so it's been 28 years going on now, almost 29. I started off as a same thing, helper, scaffold builder helper, moved my way up. Been working, I think in project management for about 12 years.
12 years. What's the earliest memory you have of us working together, Flo?
Oh man, the earliest memory. I think it was when we were 18. I think I was 18, and I brought you guys in. We were 14.
Nah, I'm talking about in the industry, stupid.
Oh, in the industry?
Yeah.
Oh.
In the industry, because obviously that's what we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
So what's the earliest memory you have of us working?
I mean, and the earliest was when you first got out of high school, and when we worked with a scaffold building company.
With Atlantic.
No.
Yeah, the first one was with Atlantic. We went to go work the paper mill in Alabama.
Was it?
Yeah.
That was the first one, huh?
Where that girl goes, hey, we're like, hey, where do we go eat? Oh, you got to go to Oxaholly. And we're like, what?
Yeah.
I ain't never heard of that word before. Oxaholly, is that the right word?
No, it was, was it? I don't know, but it was Auburn.
Yeah, it was Auburn.
It was right there in, where Auburn University is.
Auburn's Alabama, right?
Yeah, Alabama.
Yeah.
Waxahachie or something like that, or something.
I don't know. Somebody will probably correct us and tell us what it is.
Yeah.
So at what stage in your career did you realize that this industry was going to be for you?
I think in 2005. I'd been meandering around in the industry since '98, helper here doing this. And in '05, I was like, well, let me see if I'm going to do this or if I'm not going to do this. I would make money and then leave and come back, do odd end jobs and stuff. But,
basically just fiddle paddling around.
Yeah, but, my girlfriend at the time, I got pregnant, so I was like, well, you know what, time to start knuckling down. And my cousin wanted to go get in, so I was like, I got somewhere we can make money, some quick money, make about 8 to 10 grand, and then we can leave. And then all of a sudden, I was like, well, you know what, I'm gonna put some real effort, real full blown effort for 2 years. And if I can't make it in this industry in the next 2 years, I'm out. I'm never going back to the plants. And it started working out after a year, so I was like, I'll stick around.
Yeah, and for me, it was like '07, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? I need to start making some money. I want to get my own place. I wanted to buy my own house and do everything else that you go along with that. And so that's whenever I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take this serious. And I think the first year that I decided to go ahead and take serious, I quit missing days at work. I made a huge improvement on the yearly, you know what I mean? Because then I started making real money. Just because I wasn't calling in on Fridays and started working this and that.
Yeah.
And then, or was it before? Oh no, it was before that.
Yeah.
Right, because we were working that nuclear site in '05. Whenever the hurricane Rita, was it Rita? We came down. Remember, we dipped down. We were working 8, so we dipped down. Came to grab my parents and
took them up there.
Yeah, took them up there.
And went to work.
And then went to work the next day. And it was long. It was a long haul. I don't know if anybody remembers that. '05, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Dang. It's a long time.
Yeah.
All right, here's a good question. What was the toughest day you ever had out there, and how did you push through? What was the toughest day? Like, what is the toughest day that you had out in work, at work? That you can remember, like the toughest, I'm talking about the hardest day that you had.
I think the toughest day has to be when we went out to that job in Atlantic, because we drove. It was remember when we called the recruiter like, it's 8 hours from here. And we were like, 8 hours from where? From Baton Rouge. Like, we were 5 hours from Baton Rouge. We drove 13 hours. We got there what?
It was like 1 o'clock in the
afternoon. Yeah, and we were expecting to start the next day and everything and start working. Hell no.
They were like, nah, you going to work right now.
They put us to work. They gave us, and we came out like 11 at night.
No, 3 in the morning. Because they messed up on our check. They paid us from 1 to 3. and the girl thought we earlyed out that day, and she paid us 2 hours. And this is way back in the day, like this is what 02, 01?
Yeah.
And the owner of the companies that was there with us, and he wrote us a check. He was like, we were like, no, we didn't work 2 hours. We worked from 1 to 3, however, 12. Everybody else worked like 18, 19 hours, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And
we were dying. We were passing material, and then all of a sudden, before everything was being
the shake is what would wake me up. You know,
like hey,
they would tap me with the board.
Yeah.
All we were doing, we were working inside of some boilers, and we're building scaffolding all the way up because they could do inspection on the internals or whatever.
We were
in
the middle of the line. So
we were in the middle of the line. We didn't have anything other than just pass up material because we got there so late. So it was crazy, and that day was very, very long because I remember, and you couldn't drive. This dude, because of licensing issues and you know.
Yeah, at the time I couldn't even get my license.
Yeah, and so he didn't want to get pulled over, and especially being out of town, so he couldn't drive. So I drove the majority of the way. Jose helped me a little bit, no? And then was Chocha with us?
Yeah,
Chocha was with us. Our buddy Chocha was with us, and he went to go work up there. And dude, I bet you he's got to remember that day like it was yesterday. Yeah. So I remember that day, but that wasn't for me. That wasn't the toughest day. It was hot, and it was in the middle of summer, no? Right? It was or it was the beginning. No, it was football season. So in the fall, it must have been in the fall, and because we went to the Auburn game, remember? And that was cool as shit. Where we were.
Oh yeah, it must have been right around October. Yeah, we were wearing A&M shirts. Back then, they never play. I had
just turned 19. Yeah, I had just turned 19.
They didn't play. I don't think they hardly ever played, but we both wore, right?
Yeah, we both wore A&M.
A&M, people were like, wrong shirt, man, wrong shirt. You know,
but it was cool. I don't know who they were playing against. I just remember seeing the sea of orange whenever they were coming.
And the whole town was nice.
But for me, you know, the biggest, the worst day that I can remember was 03. Same thing with Atlantic, and we were working Marathon Refinery. It was freezing cold, and my boots got water in them, and it was freezing. We were working night shift, and my feet got wet. And I remember this. I hated it. And I was like, hey, let's go home. I can't take this. And you were like, nah. And we had to climb up the cat structure because we were doing building scaffolding or whatever the hell we were doing on the cat structure. And it was like 30 degrees. It wasn't freezing. It wasn't frozen over just enough. And dude, back then I didn't pack up my stuff like I should have. It was one of those times. I was a horrible planner back in the day. Like I would not pack my shit. I wouldn't take whatever gear I needed. I would never take an extra pair of socks. I would never.
No, but that just comes with time and age.
I know that. I was what, 19, 20, whatever it was.
And I mean, nowadays I see kids all the time, especially when they're like 20, 21. I'm like, what time you fall asleep? Like 11:30. I'm like, what time you wake up? Like 4:35. I'm like.
Now I struggle if I go to bed past 9:30.
Yeah.
How do you think we've changed since those early days on our tour?
I mean, everything has evolved. Like, I don't know. We're not that good. We're not that good anymore, even though we can say.
What, on our tools?
On our tools, yeah.
Hell no. Them kids will run circles around.
Yeah, but, you know, the knowledge is still there. I think now, to me, I've changed because I understand more.
I think it's more about efficiency, right? Like, we're more efficient. We can do the same amount of work without having to kill ourselves as much as we used to, right? Like, if I had to go back on my tools, like when I was on my tools, I struggled, man. Back in 2016, whenever I had to go back on my tools, that was rough.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah, it's same thing.
All right, here's a good one. What's the next question is, what keeps you showing up every day, even when it's hard? Even when it's hard, what keeps you showing up?
And kids.
I know, right?
They got bad habits.
And I could attest to that because just this last one was pretty tough. You had it rough on that one.
Right.
And, I mean, you made it out, though.
Yeah.
I told you, just keep showing up. Just keep showing up.
Yeah.
But it was a tough one. It was a rough one. Still ain't done either. And they've had some issues. I mean, you know, it's like everybody else had issues. But
yeah.
I'm glad I got all my stuff complete. I'm out. And I'm on to the next one.
Yeah,
but
I think they're gonna.
I feel bad for the people that are still there, and it's not really anything out of the norm. You know what I mean? It's not like anything that oh man, this is a different. You know, it's nothing like that. It's just you know, the finish line, the last 10. Okay, so if you're not familiar with turnarounds, you go in and you start busting ass, you start working, and then you have like a low period of whenever they're doing inspection, they're doing cleaning, and they're doing this, and that's whenever you kind of slow down the pace, and then at the end of it, you get from 50% to 80% really quickly because things starts coming back together.
Yeah.
Then you get to 80 to 90 a little bit slower, but it's that last 10%. It's that last 10% that's always the hardest because now you have to find out that everybody signed their paperwork, that all the QCs sign off on this. Is everything correct? Because one thing can deter it, and one thing can turn it sideways.
Where I was, the superintendent was like, I got 35 packages that people didn't sign this or didn't needed an extra signature.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. Like I tell people, no, we need to make sure you get the signatures first. And that'll stop a lot of, we have to make sure that the signatures are done. If not, the last thing you want to do is open the equipment, rework.
Oh, rework is the worst. If you could give one piece of advice to your younger version of yourself or to brothers starting out together, what would it be?
Calm down, it'll be all right. That's
right?
Yeah.
That's what I tell people. I'm like, look, at the end of the day, it's always going to be okay. As long as you keep safe, right? Like, I'm not telling you to go out there and work unsafe. I'm telling you to stay out there and work safe. It's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Just keep showing up. Don't worry about it. And if you get fired, you get fired. You get you another job. It's not a big deal. If I don't know. I don't take it to that extreme.
Yeah.
Don't let the stress get to you.
Sometimes, like, that's the whole thing. Sometimes you feel like you're not doing nothing, but the little bit you're doing is just moving the needle. As long as you're moving the needle just enough, you're gonna get something. Somebody's gonna help you. Like if you can get the guys moving, it's just gonna move that much. Sometimes that's what it is, and people realize that. Hey, there's a point where you're not going to be doing that much, and if you work at a place where they don't realize that, then it's time for you to go because a lot of times people are like, "Oh yeah, I worked at this place, and they expected you," and then all of a sudden I had issues with my family, and they were like, "Oh, what the fuck? You're not good anymore. You're not doing this." You're like, "Nah." Fine, yeah, they don't need you.
Yeah, one of the biggest sayings in this industry is you're only as good as your last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. And if they treat you that way, you treat them the same way. Treat them the same exact way. They're only as good as the last 5 minutes. You don't owe them anything. Nobody owes you nothing. You don't owe them. This is a business. At the end of the day, this is a business, cold-hearted business. So relax and treat it as such. And with that, guys, we close out the episode. And like always, let's climb higher together.